The internet, a marvel of modern technology, connecting billions worldwide, but it has a dark side, teeming with threats. This is the story of the internet's dark side, a world of cybercrime, misinformation, and exploitation. We'll uncover the dark side of this digital revolution. Prepare to see the digital world in a whole new light. The internet's dark side isn't confined to shadowy corners. It permeates every aspect of our digital lives. Our every online move is tracked, analyzed, and often exploited. This is the age of surveillance capitalism. Our data is collected, packaged, and sold. This is the unseen reality of the internet. Cybercrime is rampant. This is the price we pay for living in a hyper-connected world. Misinformation spreads like wildfire online. This is the information war being waged online. Ignoring the dark side of the internet is no longer an option. The stakes are simply too high. Our privacy, our security, and our very democracy are under threat. As we become increasingly reliant on the digital world, we must confront the dangers that lurk within it. This isn't about demonizing the internet. It's about understanding its complexities, recognizing its potential for harm, and taking steps to mitigate the risks. We must demand greater transparency from tech companies, hold them accountable for protecting our data, and advocate for regulations that safeguard our digital rights. Education is key. We must equip ourselves with the tools and knowledge to navigate the online world safely and responsibly. This means being critical of the information we consume, learning to identify and avoid scams, and understanding our digital rights. The internet has the power to connect, to inform, and to empower, but it also has the power to divide, to manipulate, and to exploit. By acknowledging the dark side, we can begin to build a safer, more equitable, and more trustworthy digital world for ourselves and for generations to come. The future of the internet, and indeed our society, depends on it. In the bustling marketplace of the internet, your data is more valuable than gold. Every click, search, and interaction online generates a unique digital fingerprint. Aggregated and analyzed, this data becomes a powerful commodity. Think about your daily online activities. Social media, online shopping, videos, and articles all generate data. This data paints a detailed picture of who you are. But who collects this digital goldmine, and what are they doing with it? How data shapes your online experience. Have you ever felt like the internet is reading your mind? You search for a product and suddenly ads for similar items appear everywhere. Mention something and your social media feeds are flooded with related content. This is data shaping your online experience. Algorithms thrive on data. They analyze your every move, building a profile of your preferences. This information tailors your online experience. Personalization can seem beneficial. You're shown products you're likely to buy, connected with content you're likely to find interesting, and presented with information that aligns with your worldview. However, this curated reality comes at a cost. Algorithms can create echo chambers, reinforcing your biases and limiting your exposure to diverse perspectives. This can lead to polarization, misinformation, and a distorted perception of the world around you. The internet, once hailed as a tool for connecting people and ideas, can become a tool for division and manipulation when driven by the unseen hand of data. Section 3. Behind the Veil, the Business of Data Exploitation. Data brokerage is a multi-billion-dollar industry operating in the shadows, buying and selling your personal information. This data is sold to advertisers, marketers, and political campaigns to target you precisely. The lack of transparency in this industry is deeply concerning. Most people are unaware of the extent to which their data is collected and used. It erodes trust and fuels manipulation. We must demand greater transparency and control over our digital lives. Section 4. The price of convenience, sacrificing privacy in the digital world. In today's hyper-connected world, convenience often comes at a price: our privacy. We hand over personal information for free services and ease of online transactions. But this data is rarely used solely for our benefit. We click accept without a second thought. It's crucial to strike a balance, demand transparency, advocate for privacy regulations, and educate ourselves. As we delve deeper into the internet's underbelly, we encounter a world where anonymity breeds impunity, the world of cybercrime. Cybercrime has gone mainstream, touching the lives of individuals, businesses, and even nations. Today's cybercriminals are often part of sophisticated organizations, operating with technical prowess. From identity theft to ransomware attacks, cybercrime is constantly evolving. Behind the statistics lies a human cost, often overlooked. In the interconnected world of the internet, data is king. But this valuable commodity is under constant threat from data breaches. From corporations to individuals, no one is immune. Imagine waking up to the news that your personal information has been compromised. This is the reality for millions each year. The motivations behind data breaches vary. Some seek financial gain, others espionage. Regardless of motive, the consequences are devastating. Victims face financial hardship and legal battles. Companies suffer reputational damage and loss of trust. One of the most insidious forms of cybercrime is ransomware, a type of malicious software that holds your data hostage, demanding payment for its release. Imagine trying to access your computer, only to be greeted by a message informing you that your files have been encrypted, and the only way to unlock them is to pay a hefty ransom to the hackers. Ransomware attacks are often indiscriminate, targeting individuals and organizations alike. Hospitals, schools, businesses, even government agencies have fallen victim to these attacks, their operations crippled as crucial data becomes inaccessible. The impact on essential services can be devastating, leading to delays in medical treatment, disruptions in education, and even threats to public safety. The rise of cryptocurrency has fueled the growth of ransomware, providing cybercriminals with a relatively anonymous and untraceable way to extort payments from their victims. The decision of whether to pay the ransom is a difficult one, fraught with ethical and practical considerations. Paying the ransom does not guarantee the release of your data. There is no guarantee that the criminals will hold up their end of the bargain. Furthermore, paying the ransom only encourages further criminal activity, funding the development of even more sophisticated malware, and emboldening hackers to target more victims. Section 4. Beyond the headlines, the human cost of cybercrime. While the financial costs of cybercrime are staggering, the human toll is often immeasurable. Behind the headlines and statistics are real people whose lives have been upended by identity theft, financial ruin, and the emotional distress of having their privacy violated. Imagine the feeling of helplessness and vulnerability that washes over you when you realize your personal information has been stolen. The endless phone calls to credit reporting agencies, the fear of further financial repercussions, the constant worry that your identity will be used to commit crimes. These are just a few of the challenges faced by victims of cybercrime. For businesses and organizations, the impact goes beyond financial losses. Data breaches can erode customer trust, damage reputations, and lead to costly lawsuits. The time and resources spent on recovery efforts can cripple operations and hinder growth. But perhaps the most insidious consequence of cybercrime is the erosion of trust in our increasingly digital world. As we become more reliant on technology for communication, commerce, and even essential services, the threat of cybercrime looms large, undermining our sense of security and privacy. Section 1. The Information War: Truth Under Siege in the Digital Age. The Internet, once hailed as the ultimate democratizing force, has become a battleground in a new kind of conflict, the information war. In this digital age where news, opinions, and propaganda spread like wildfire, the very notion of truth itself is under siege. The traditional gatekeepers of information are increasingly being sidelined, as anyone with an internet connection can publish their thoughts and potentially sway public opinion. To navigate this treacherous terrain, we must equip ourselves with the critical thinking skills and digital literacy tools to discern truth from falsehood. Section 2. The Proliferation of Lies, Unraveling the Mechanics of Misinformation. To win the information war, we must first understand the enemy, misinformation. Unlike disinformation, which is intentionally false, misinformation is shared without the awareness of its inaccuracy. Social media platforms have become potent vectors for the spread of false or misleading content, often disguised as harmless memes or emotionally charged stories. Algorithms prioritize sensational content, regardless of its veracity, while echo chambers reinforce existing biases. In this environment, misinformation can easily slip through the cracks, especially when it confirms our biases or plays on our emotions. In this age of information overload, navigating the digital landscape requires a discerning eye and a critical mind. We must become active participants in the fight against misinformation, questioning what we read and verifying sources. Developing strong media literacy skills is crucial, including identifying credible sources and recognizing bias. Critical thinking is paramount. We must question information that confirms our beliefs or elicits strong emotional responses. Fact-checking websites and reputable news organizations can help verify the accuracy of information. By remaining vigilant and applying critical thinking skills, we can become more discerning consumers of information. The proliferation of misinformation online has eroded our faith in institutions, experts, and even each other. This erosion of trust has far-reaching consequences for society, making it difficult to address collective challenges and maintain a functioning democracy. Rebuilding trust requires a multifaceted approach, including robust content moderation systems and promoting media literacy. Governments must balance regulatory efforts with the need to protect freedom of speech. Education is crucial in equipping citizens with critical thinking skills and promoting digital literacy. By working together, we can stem the tide of misinformation and rebuild trust in our institutions. The Internet, with its endless stream of information and social connection, has become an indispensable part of modern life. But there's a dark side to our digital dependence, a growing concern over the addictive nature of the online world. Social media platforms exploit our desire for social validation, creating a feedback loop that keeps us coming back for more. We become hooked on the validation of likes and shares, often at the expense of real-life interactions and mental health. Recognizing the signs of digital addiction is crucial in reclaiming our time and well-being. Social media platforms have become masters of capturing and monetizing our attention. In the attention economy, these platforms employ sophisticated algorithms to keep us scrolling and consuming content. The scroll hole effect describes the endless loop of browsing social media feeds, losing track of time and neglecting responsibilities. Social media exploits our psychological vulnerabilities, triggering dopamine release with each like and notification. Excessive social media use has been linked to increased levels of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. To understand the addictive nature of the online world, we must delve into the neuroscience of addiction. Dopamine plays a crucial role in our brain's reward system, reinforcing behaviors that lead to pleasurable outcomes. The internet, with its endless stream of novelty and social validation, triggers dopamine release, reinforcing our online behaviors. Over time, our brains become accustomed to constant dopamine stimulation, leading to a state of dependence. This can compel us to spend more time online, even at the expense of our real-life responsibilities and well-being. Establishing a healthy relationship with technology is crucial for our mental well-being. Awareness is the first step. We must track our online habits and recognize signs of digital dependence. Setting boundaries, such as designating specific times for checking social media and silencing notifications, is essential. Creating physical distance from our devices can help break the cycle of constant checking and scrolling. Engaging in offline activities that bring joy and fulfillment can provide an antidote to the digital world's allure. By developing a healthy digital diet, we can harness the power of technology without succumbing to its addictive potential. Social media has fundamentally altered the way we consume and share information. One concerning aspect is its tendency to create echo chambers, where individuals are primarily exposed to information that confirms their beliefs. Algorithms prioritize content that aligns with our interests, creating a feedback loop that reinforces biases. We gravitate towards groups and individuals who share our values, creating virtual enclaves where dissenting opinions are marginalized. This can lead to a false sense of consensus, where we overestimate the prevalence of our views and underestimate the diversity of opinions. In the digital age, information has become a powerful weapon for shaping public opinion and advancing agendas. Social media has become a fertile ground for the spread of propaganda and manipulation, blurring the lines between truth and falsehood. Propaganda, often biased or misleading, has been amplified by the internet, providing propagandists with unprecedented access to a global audience. Social media algorithms prioritize sensational content, creating a fertile ground for the spread of misinformation and propaganda. The anonymity of the internet allows propagandists to operate with impunity, making it challenging to identify sources and hold them accountable. As we navigate the digital landscape, we are constantly being shaped by algorithms. These algorithms curate our online experiences and influence our perceptions. They can trap us in filter bubbles, limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. Breaking free requires seeking diverse perspectives and challenging our biases. Section 4. Reclaiming our minds, cultivating critical thinking in the digital age. In the digital age, critical thinking is essential. We must actively question, evaluate sources, and recognize manipulation techniques. The CRAP test, currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, purpose, helps us assess information critically, engage in respectful dialogue to understand diverse perspectives, and foster a more informed society. The Internet, once a unifying force, now amplifies both our better angels and darkest impulses. Our social interactions and understanding of the world have been profoundly altered. We live in fragmented echo chambers, where algorithms shape our reality. Trust is eroded by fake news and data breaches, fueling polarization and cynicism. The addictive nature of the online world impacts our mental health and well-being. The Internet's challenges demand a collective response from governments, tech companies, educators, and individuals. Together, we can create a safer, more equitable digital future. The Internet in its current form is an unfinished architecture, reflecting both aspirations and shortcomings. It has connected the world but also created new avenues for exploitation and harm. Building a resilient Internet requires a shift towards ethical, social, and psychological considerations. We must recognize the real-world consequences of design choices and algorithms. This shift requires transparency, accountability, and user empowerment. The challenges posed by the Internet's dark side are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. Just as the Renaissance emerged from a period of darkness, marked by intellectual stagnation and societal upheaval, so too can we usher in a digital renaissance, an era defined by a renewed commitment to Enlightenment values, critical thinking, and the pursuit of a more just and equitable society. This digital renaissance requires a collective awakening, a recognition that the Internet, for all its wonders and possibilities, is ultimately a reflection of ourselves, our values, and our choices. It is up to us to shape this powerful tool in a way that benefits humanity, fosters understanding, and promotes a more just and equitable world. By embracing our collective responsibility, promoting digital literacy, fostering critical thinking, and demanding greater transparency and accountability from those in power, we can harness the transformative potential of the Internet while mitigating its harms. Let us work together to create a digital future worthy of our highest aspirations. A future where technology empowers, connects, and enlightens, rather than divides, manipulates, and exploits.